Hello, this is Scott Cruz, intuitive medium life coach, blending the worlds of metaphysics and psychotherapy. New Age or New Cage? Is the New Age community really bringing enlightenment to the population, or is it really enslaving us into a folklore-like thinking that prevents no progression? Let's look into that. Here are certain things that I feel that are actually being a hindrance to the population that stem from the New Age communities. One is, don't focus on the negative. Only focus on the positive. Now, although there's truth to that, and you don't want to dwell on the negative, that doesn't mean you're not supposed to focus on it or you run away from focusing on the negative. When there's an issue at stake, it needs to be focused on. There needs to be a solution created for the negative. And who is to decide what is positive and negative in one's subjective reality? Because what might be positive to one might be negative to the other, and vice versa. So negativity should be something we embrace, that we look at, that we focus on, and because it does bring us growth, it does bring us realization to where we should be and where we want to be and where we want to grow. So running away from that will actually inhibit us from changing subconscious patterns that are going on without our realization of it. And if we're not focusing on running away from negativity, our subconscious will still be grinding away with negative patterns, and thus will bleed through our actions. And this is why a lot of people in the New Age community say, nothing's working. Why is this happening? I'm being positive. It's not about that. It's about living a life and being the life that you prefer. Because the whole positive and negative sphere becomes somewhat judgmental to a degree. And so this will kind of blind you from the real growth that you really need to be having. So negativity should not be feared, nor should it be dismissed, and nor should you turn a blind eye to it. It'll resurrect a new idea. It'll resurrect a new version of self. This is necessary. This is the necessary polarity of reality. Now, it doesn't mean you revel in negativity. That's a difference. You don't revel in it. You use it. It's always going to be there. And the more you master that, the more the negative experiences won't be challenging. They'll just be a great awakening. And so that's one aspect that I feel like the New Age communities are misleading the population in regards to being positive and being negative and so forth. Another aspect that really bugs me is the twin flame idea. Now, the twin flame idea does stem from Greek mythology. So on a certain level of spirituality, it exists, but it is not relevant for third dimensional physical reality experience. Now, that does not mean we don't have soulmates. That does not mean that we don't have people from past lives that we connect with. That does very much happen. But it's not really relevant to us to know or to not know if that's true or not. But the idea that there's a twin flame out there that we've connected with, that we need to wait for, that we need to mirror and watch and be patient on for God knows how long, is not freeing. It's actually putting one in bondage. And it's not having someone learn. It's actually saying, when this person changes, I change. Or when I change, this person changes. There's so much conditional parameters put on it that is so enslaving to the mind, enslaving to the soul. Because if things are meant to connect, they will connect. Now, some can use anything in a positive way. Some can use this idea and say, okay, I'm going to mirror my growth and focus on my well-being. But it's also limiting your access to love, your access to more relationships, and it's keep you focusing on a very linear idea, which is preventing you from creating other dynamic in your life. So for me, the twin flame theory is very binding to the soul. And some might preach self-love and all that great stuff, which is wonderful. But the idea that we are bound to another soul in that context is actually enslaving. I mean, bound to another soul, that just says it right there. Now, we do have karmic patterns of the past, and when I say past, I'm referring to past lives, that we are trying to change, that we are trying to transform. And so it has nothing to do about twin flame energy. You're your own soul. And we are connected to various other souls, yes we are, but we are a unique individual perspective. And so we need to understand that. And the twin flame, a new agey theory has been kind of really blurring the lines between individuality and the individual soul purpose. So that's another one I think that we need to reevaluate and understand. It's about the individual soul and then how the individual soul connects with the collective. Now, another area to where I feel the New Age community is misleading its population is with the idea of the law of attraction. Now, the law of attraction is an actual law, just like the law of gravity and the law of repulsion. These laws do exist. But we need to understand how they truly work. Now, the law of attraction is very simple in premise, like attracts like. But we have to understand the parameters of actually using this law. So just imagining something and just believing in something is not enough. There needs to be action. So a lot of the New Age community says to just imagine, just visualize. Yes, that is step one. But you also have to take action. You also have to put things to a test in order for things to manifest, to increase your pathways and pipelines of things to manifest for you. So just imagining and just doing the mind work is wonderful. That's step one, but we also have to do step two, which is the action. Putting things into action. Of course, step three will be the manifestation. But if you're not doing it and putting any action to it, and doing anything that supports the theory of what you're trying to manifest, nothing's going to manifest. That's why many people have issues with this law of attraction. Do many people have issues with law of gravity? Do many people have a hard time falling? Do many people have hard times throwing things and it falling on the floor? No, because the law is very simple. So is the law of attraction. If you are not doing, things will not get done. So even though you're imagining and trying to manifest things in your life, you have to do it to get it done. So if you're trying to manifest more money, you have to act like you have more money. You have to put in your existence that you have more money by saving more money, by not spending so much money. Put that into action while you're visualizing having more money, and it will be done. You have to do to get it done. So another one is manifesting a person. We all have free will. We all have free will of consciousness, and to manifest another person is complete and utterable. Now, depending on if the person is open to you or not, that remains variable. So of course, if someone's open to you, you can feed their energy and draw them in. If they have any type of openness, you can bring that in because you're attracting the energy. So that's possible. To actually manifest a person that doesn't have any interest on you and doing spell work, bull. It cannot be done. We all have free will. And would you want someone to manifest you that you don't want to have manifest? Think about that. Your power lies within the self. When you focus your power all on what can be done for the self, the sky is the limit. You can do whatever you want and you put it to action. If you start trying to manifest to other people and other things and all that stuff like that more directly like this, it leads you to disaster and more bondage. Because again, we have free will to manifest our own reality. So there's so many other variables of people we can manifest and align with. It's more about aligning. It's more about changing perception and perspective so we can realize the things that are for us and the blessings that we have before us. When we try to alter things that already are, that's nothing short of evil to me because there's no truth behind that. Be very wary about these certain things, about these New Age communities, and understand if it's not focused on building the self and the power of the self, chances are you're being misled and being put into bondage. So when you're getting information from certain sources, use your discernment. Ask yourself, is this logical and does it ring true with my intuition? Both logic and intuition need to be in alignment with the information that you're receiving to understand if it's true or not. You have that power. We all have that discernment. Use it wisely. Now, if you want to book a session, you can book a session with me on scottcruzpm.com. I do offer personal one-on-one sessions to help you bring clarity to certain thought patterns that need to be changed, or also to get in tune to what's going on in the metaphysical space of your life to understand where things are really headed in your trajectory, and also how to assess your current circumstances to help bring you more clarity and guidance and more empowerment. And remember, you are the god of your own myth. What do you want to create? Much love.